Hi everyone, good to see you flooding in, and welcome to our Sunday market preview for the week ahead. Today's the 19th of June. My name's Paul Botchell. I'm the founder of Actions 12th, head of the Actions 12th trading team, and it's my pleasure today to introduce the team to you. We're going to have a link here in live talking about what's trending. We'll be following up that with Chloe with more on trending, and then Orlando on the US dollar. So it'll be another great session for those that are trading this week to get a bit of a look at the market and see if they can pick out their bias. That's one of the things that I don't think is talked enough about in trading is what's your bias? When you start the week, what are you looking to go long on? What are you looking to go short on? You should be aware of that even before you start looking at the charts and the time frame that you wish to trade. So this is a chance for you to have a look and listen and see what might be the stuff to put at the top of that list for you for this week. Let's get straight into it, Linka. What are you looking at this week? What is trending?
All right, hi everyone. I'm just going to share my charts. There we go. Today, I'm going to be looking at GBPCAD first. So that's my sort of number one selection for the upcoming week. And I'm looking to be going long. So here, if I pull back to the weekly time frame, we can see that we had some previous levels of support. And last week, that has been broken through, and then the price came back up and closed back above that level. So on the daily, what we see is that we had a break from that range that was sort of going a couple of bars sideways, straight back in. So false break of that area. And we had a follow through a long bar. So now on the 4-hourly time frame for the actual entry, I am looking for the price to pull back to some level. Mainly, I would prefer if it goes all the way to the support, the trend line, or that intersection of the previous trend line and this new trend line coming up. If then the price is in that area and we have a reversal in the area, I would then be looking at long. Now, this may not happen because we might have the price turn around earlier. So it could be at the previous highs or the previous lows area, or even it could be going lower all the way to maybe create a double bottom. So we need to watch the price and then see where it might turn around. But in terms of my preference, it would be in that entry zone area there, and then looking for long after that. Next currency pair I'm going to be looking at is USDCAD. And USDCAD, I'm looking for a short opportunity. So here on the daily, we've had the price break above the previous levels of resistance. We only had one close, so that's a break. And I'm looking for either a 2-bar reversal, so another bar coming down and closing below as a false break, or number of bars similar to the previous, where we had 1, 2, 3, 4 bars there. So I'm looking for some kind of a false break reversal like that. And if we get that, then I will be looking for short opportunities on the 4-hourly time frame. So here we might have some bars coming back down. When we get the price below close there, then I would be looking for short opportunities on USDCAD. The last currency pair that I'll be looking at this week again is Euro USD. So here we already have the double bottom. We had a reversal there, and now the price could be going upwards. So I'm looking for a reversal either along that 4-hour trend line, or all the way at that support level, or even if it's another one similar to this level here on that double bottom line there. So looking for long on Euro USD. And that's all from me for this week. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Linka. Thanks very much for coming in and sharing that. Much appreciated. Interesting to see how they play out during the week. Particularly just in the CAD at this stage, I guess, overall. Thank you for that. Now let's have a look at Chloe and see what she's doing looking at this weekend. She's just put her recording in fresh a few minutes ago. Anita, are you ready to go with Chloe's recording?
Hi everyone, Chloe here. Just going to give you a quick overview of a few of the things that I'm looking at for this week. Not an exhaustive list because we don't have all that much time, but just a few things that I'm looking out for. So I'll start off with the oils, Brent and WTI. Just to point out that while we have had a strong uptrend of late, price has actually pulled back on both Brent and WTI, but it's pulled back to a fairly significant level of what was resistance now potentially to become support. So this is Brent that I'm looking at here now on the daily time frame. Price has come all the way back down. It's come to the monthly pivot here. It's come to the 50 moving average, and it's come to this horizontal level of what could potentially be support. It has been resistance in the past. So I'm looking keenly at this area to see whether one of two things happens. Either price could break below this level, in which case I might anticipate a bit of further downward price action, perhaps lower highs, lower lows creeping in, and the ability maybe to trade this short on a lower time frame. Alternatively, if this horizontal level holds as along with the 50 moving average and monthly pivot, then I'll be looking for a return to the uptrend, and I'll be looking to trade that long on the lower time frames as well as the daily time frame. So things are pretty much the same on WTI. The horizontal level of support is not quite so clear cut, but there it is, that one there that price has come down to, along with the monthly pivot and 50 moving average. So again, if this level holds, I'll be looking for opportunities for the uptrend to resume on lower time frames and the daily time frame. And if it breaks, then perhaps we've got some further selling to come, although this one I probably wouldn't be trading short personally, because there still is a lot of support down here as well. Moving on to the US indices then. And the US indices are approaching an area that I've been looking out for quite some time. It's the 50 moving average. So this is the US 500. It's the 50 moving average on the monthly time frame, which we can see in the past has been respected during the course of these longer pullbacks. Now, yes, this is significantly bearish price action, but price always has to return to its mean, its equilibrium, its average at some point. And so the fact that it's come down to the 50 moving average or heading towards the 50 moving average here doesn't necessarily mean doom and gloom for the stock markets. It could just be a pullback. And this area here that I've marked in, it's also a horizontal level of what was resistance and support just over here. So potentially could find that there may be some buyers ready to creep back into the market at this point. So I'll be looking keenly at that. And obviously if that level breaks, then I'll be looking for short opportunities. But I'm just keen to see whether this level does indeed hold, because that could be a good time for buyers to come back into the market. The NASDAQ, very, very similar. If we look at that on the monthly, it's already reached the 50 moving average. This is a level of support that I've marked in here based on this weekly time frame. And again, I'll be looking for either trend to resume to the upside or for this level to break, in which case I'll be happy to continue trading short. But any short trades at the moment, I am very cautious about because of the fact that we're approaching these horizontal levels. So this is the US 30. So all three of the major US indices here, all approaching this significant level of horizontal support, 50 moving average, and looking for potentially buyers to come back into the market in this area, in which case long trades on the lower time frames might be an opportunity, or waiting with more patience for higher time frames to start setting up. If this level breaks, I'm definitely going to be bearish on those lower time frames and looking for further short opportunities. On to the currencies then, just briefly. I'll start with Aussie dollar. This is the weekly time frame I've got up here just to show you the overall kind of price action and trend and this horizontal level here. So this is a horizontal level which has been support all the way back to 2020. Before that, it was significant resistance. It's support also all the way back to 2018. So this horizontal level here is significant, and price has broken through. Last week prices broken through that level, and this week I'm looking to see whether price may continue downwards from there. So on this daily time frame, there is another area to be aware, which are these low points of the last couple of months down here. So price currently in between these two areas. I'm looking for price really to break down below this previous low, in which case I'll be looking to trade Aussie dollar short. But it is a significant level of support, so there is the possibility that price could actually come back above this level, in which case perhaps we're going to stick in some kind of a range here on Aussie dollar. But if it does manage to really truly break below this area here, then I'm definitely interested in trading short on Aussie dollar. Euro dollar, just to point out, this is the monthly time frame on euro dollar, and just to point out the level that price is at on the monthly, significant support down here. Price has not been significantly below this level all the way since 2002, a long time ago. This is the weekly time frame here. So it's dipped its head below this level a couple of times, but this is a very significant horizontal level of support. I'm just pointing it out because price is right at that level currently. If it manages to break down through here, and specifically if it manages to get down below these two previous lows, much the same actually as we saw on Aussie dollar, those two previous lows there, then I will definitely be very bearish on euro dollar. If this level holds, obviously, then we could start to see something along the lines of a return to an uptrend of sorts. But this level here, I'm keeping a very close eye on, because if it breaks to the downside, then I definitely want to be looking for short opportunities. Cable. If we look at cable on the higher time frames, you can see that there is a significant horizontal level of support down here. So very cautious trading towards that level. But really, I just wanted to point out that on the daily time frame, price has pulled back and looks like it's returning to the kind of downwards move of this trend. So it doesn't look great on the daily time frame, but I'm just having a look on the hourly. And actually the hourly time frame here, if price does start cycling below this 50 moving average, then there may be an opportunity to get into a short trade between where price is currently and this horizontal level of support. Perhaps even, you know, we have to wait for the daily pivot to form here, but it's not going to be that far away from where it is currently. And that may form a level of resistance, perhaps, that price could bounce from in order to return to the downtrend. So that's something that I'm looking out for. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about for today were the yen pairs. So those of you who have been listening to me trading over the last kind of weeks and months will know I've been heavily trading the yen pairs, predominantly dollar yen. So there's still an uptrend on dollar yen. I've got a couple of horizontal levels that are potentially significant. This one here, price has almost come down to and bounced from and is headed back to the upside. So I'm looking to trade long on dollar yen still. I won't stop looking to trade long until I see a technical reason not to, i.e. a lower high on this daily time frame. Now, I'm interested in getting in on lower time frames to this, and 4-hourly time frame, a little bit cautious because it looks like potentially if price pulls back from here, we could be in for a slightly lower high, which would be a bit of a shame in all honesty, because it will scupper my plan for my next long trade on dollar yen. But we'll have to wait and see what time frames the trend set up on, and see if there is any further long trading to do there. Now, the currency pair that I'm most bullish on at the moment, actually, out of all the yen crosses, is Singapore dollar against the Japanese yen. And that one, I'm most bullish because of the indices, the dollar index, and the kind of overall performance of the Singapore dollar as well, leads me to a bullish Singapore dollar Singapore dollar against the Japanese yen. And we can see here that the previous day's trading was very, very strongly bullish. And I'm going to be looking for lower time frame entries into this, so 4 hourly and below, perhaps hourly as well. I'm not going to trade this on the daily time frame. I think this candle is too big to be, yes, I do believe this price could go up. I don't believe I'd get a great reward to risk if I were to trade this candle. So I'm looking for long opportunities on the lower time frames here. CAD yen, I'm also bullish on. I like the fact that it's come down to this previous high here. So I'll be looking for long opportunities on CAD yen. On Swiss yen also, that's looking very bullish. And in fact has taken off past this previous high. So I'll be looking for long opportunities on Swiss yen and Euro yen, very similar. The problem with Euro yen here is that price is actually kind of fairly overextended for the month. It's moved a long way for the month. So I'll be a little bit more cautious about that. Got Kiwi yen as well, looking fairly bullish. This is the weekly time frame, daily time frame. Perhaps just a little bit more room I'd be cautious about these previous highs, but maybe a little bit more room to trade on a lower time frame, such as the hourly, if there's an opportunity there. So still bullish overall on the yen pairs, and those are still probably the main ones I'm looking for opportunities on, keeping an eye closely on those levels I mentioned on Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, and cable, and then also looking at those levels on the oils and the US indices as well. So that's it from me for a quick overview for you guys, and enjoy the rest of the show, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and speak to you soon. Cheers, everyone.
Hey, cheers, Chloe. We did have a question there about the moving averages. The moving averages, the green one is the 200, the red one is the 50, and the blue one will be the 20. They're the standard colours that Chloe uses for her moving averages. Look, without further ado, it's time to get into the US dollar. Really, the US dollar is running the market and has been now for a couple of months. Let's see what Orlando thinks will happen with the US dollar going forward this week. Over to the Big O.
Hello traders, Trader Bo here. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a great trading week last week. Let's prepare for the upcoming week. So let's talk about the USD, right? Very bullish on the US dollar still. And I'm going to start quickly with the daily chart. So the daily chart, I have two levels marked, right? March 2020 highs and April 2020 highs. Let's go to the 2-week chart. Now you can see that price has completely and utterly broken with those March 2020 highs. Next level here on the DXY is this yellow line right here, right? So this is basically the previous base on this market. And yeah, we're going all the way back to December 2020, December 2000, and most importantly, this zone right here. September 2002. So this is the next big level on DXY. We do have some let's call it minor levels, right? Like these highs or the 104.20, which I think that the DXY already broke with. So let's go back to the daily. And yeah, right now DXY is struggling and breaking with those levels that I just pointed out. So if we look at the next big target to the upside, we have room for a nice 3% run on the US dollar. So let's look at what we can find out, or we can find for next week. Right now, the DXY is in a no trade zone for me, on a no trade range. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. These are May 2022 highs, this yellow dotted line, and these are April 2022 highs. This is on the higher time frames, my no trade range, right? Anything, anything around these levels or anything ranging inside of these levels is a no trade for me. I am bullish, so I have a couple scenarios on the hourly. These are my two scenarios right here. Uh, these are my two scenarios, right? In my opinion, the DXY closed very bullish on Friday, right? So before this big break to the downside, right? I was looking for possible longs here at the bottom of this range. I didn't take these longs because it was clearly a bear trap in the sense that price broke with the previous trading day's low and the day before's low. So by price breaking with those lows, longs had no edge. And as you can see, longs got trapped before the move to the downside, right? So I stayed out and I was not going to take a short trade on the USD. I was only looking for longs. So right now, what I'm looking at here, possible break of this flag at the open, right? And this could, in fact, yield a very nice trade at the open. If we look at the risk to reward ratio, of course, that I wouldn't be trading the XY. I would look for uh, longs on the US dollar or the markets that I trade. So basically, we have a 1.6 R, right, on a breakout to Friday's highs. And we have a nice 5R to the uh, ranges highs. So if we extrapolate, and if this is in fact a bull flag, and we extrapolate the pull of the flag towards that breakout zone, we could in fact have a nice 7.5 R on a continuation, or a breakout continuation valley here. So that's what I'm thinking at the open. Of course, that I don't know how this market is going to open, and that's the main reasons that I'm going to wait a little bit, because I don't know if we're going to open with a gap down, a gap up, or if we're going to open flat, right? And in either case, I need to see some kind of buying volume jumping in here before taking a long. So this is a 50-minute chart. On the hourly, looks like this. And yeah, should I miss this continuation, right, or this breakout, I'm sorry, my next buy would be at a break of these highs, right? So it would be something like this, a retest, a clear rejection before jumping in long here. Remember that we do have that 3% possible move to the upside on the USD, and should this play out, it will yield some very nice profits on the way. So have a safe trading week, and I'll see you guys around.
Just want to pick up on what Orlando said, have a safe trading weeks. If you've tried to join us on the live stream today, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, we do apologise. The restream service has been down for the weekend. We expect we'll have it back up early in the week. Sorry, Kay, that's too big a question for me to answer on the fly on a Sunday afternoon. One of the things that I'll be looking to do is to understand the US dollar and the pair. If it's dollar CAD and I'm going to do a quick answer. If it's dollar CAD and the dollar's going to strengthen, the chart's going to go up. If it's Aussie dollar and the US dollar is going to strengthen, then the chart is going to go down. So the US dollar impacts everything that we do. If I'm trading commodities, crypto, everything that's valued in US dollars, then what it does has a big bearing. I'll be watching it pretty closely at the moment. US dollar strength has brought relative weakness to a lot of markets recently. Interesting that it hasn't brought weakness to oil. I'll be keeping a pretty strong eye on that. Everything else relatively has gone down or gone sideways. Gold's been pretty solid against the US dollar. Have a look at gold against other pairs. Have a look at gold euro. Have a look at gold against something else going really well against the US dollar. A bit sideways, but it's a really strong thing. It's up against Everything else really struggling against the US dollar because it's valued in it. So you'd expect if the US dollar's going up, the stuff that's valued in it would be coming back down comparatively. Same with the currencies. Have a look at whether it's dollar CAD, in which case US dollar going up, that chart's likely to go up, and or Aussie dollar, then in which case US dollar's going up, that chart's likely to be going down. Cheers, guys. As quick as I can do in this kind of setting. I'm trying to be a bit brief for the real stuff in depth. Look, amazing to see so many of you in today. It's great to have so many of you. We've changed the format of this show at the start of the year, and the numbers coming out are fantastic. So keep doing it. I really do hope that you're getting stuff out of it you can use to improve your trading. If you can ask the questions when the traders are here, they will answer them briefly, and otherwise I'll do my best to answer them for you when I'm in. Remember, trade by the rules, and if you stay calm, make good decisions, it all works out at the end of the day. There'll be winners, there'll be losers, but there'll be more money in your account at the end of the week, month, or year if you stay calm and make good decisions. That's all it's about. Take care. See you next Sunday. Actually, I won't be in. Geoff will be in. I'll see you the Sunday after. Take care, everyone. See you guys. Bye.